unfortunately, a lot of the times in the industry, people like to stereotype you, and they keep offering you like the same stuff. In which case, you have to, be able to, take that plunge and say no. I'm actually going to say no. It's very difficult actually also to say no to a film. It comes with all sorts of baggage.
Then I'm a gynaec, and then then I'm a teacher, also in one film, and then I'm a condom tester in Chhatri Wali.
Wow.
Yeah. Without studying science, you can be a scientist.
You can be anything that you
Anything you want.
Deepika or Alia or even Madhuri ji or Rekha ji, they're beautiful to look at and they're great actors.
Hey everybody, this is Aditi and you are watching me on ETimes. Today I have a bunch of extremely special and beautiful people joining me. Two of the most beautiful personalities I have looked up to and I've grown up watching. So Rakul and Jacqueline, a huge welcome to ETimes, and we are so happy to have you joining with us today.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you so much. Grown up watching में तुमने just made us like feel like very.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like no.
No, I mean I meant school, college days and things like that. So
Your school time would be my school time also.
Sort of.
I'm kidding.
So first, tell me, how are you guys doing? Back-to-back film releases, promotions, ye shoot, wo shoot. I mean, how are you dealing with all of this madness?
It's actually, the feeling is great, being back on promotions, both of us are actually doing back-to-back. I just came out of Bachchan Pandey and she is also going into Runway.
34 is there.
So, but like, it's a different kind of like feel. There was a time like, when we were promoting films, pre-COVID, we used to be like, oh gosh, I've had enough of promotions, But like
now we missed it.
Now,
it's
been
in
so
COVID,
long.
we're like, I don't want to do Zoom interviews.
Yeah.
I want to meet people.
Yeah. And now it just feels great because I think we're all very, very excited and happy about the fact that, films are back in cinemas. And so no matter how hectic it's actually getting, I think we're just all thoroughly enjoying it.
So, coming to Attack, a huge congratulations to you both. I am absolutely loving the dynamics that both of you are bringing, and both of your characters are driven by love and passion. So what was the yes factor for you guys to choose the script, and as actors, did you find the growth you needed from yourselves that way?
I think the first and foremost reason for me to love Attack was the fact that it is unattempted genre. We haven't done much in sci-fi, the way the technology has been used. It's a futuristic film, your own Indian super soldier, and the whole world of Attack, when you see, is very new. And it's very new age. It's for the youth of today. It's for the new India. And all of that, the vision was very new. And that excited me. And also my role, which is of a scientist who has created this technology. Just imagine if you have an inbuilt ERA, inbuilt Siri in you. So I've designed this chip called ERA, which is placed in John. And how things happen, that you'll see through the film. But nothing like this has been seen before, done before. And it was very exciting to do something like that.
What about you, Jacqueline?
I mean, just for me, it was on go that like I wanted to be a part of this film because I just love the concept. I love the tagline. I love, my understanding of what even like the trailer would look like. Bringing a super soldier, to life, and for me this was like one of the main factors of actually wanting to be a part of a film which I felt was really like breaking the boundaries and taking a risk. And so even with like the character, she was it's a very beautiful, actually vulnerable character, and throughout the film there's like this moral compass that she kind of like plays, and to kind of like support John through his journey of like this crazy adventure of being a super soldier, which is something that had never been done. So there was just like so much beauty that was lying in that character. But I think for all of us, we were just excited to be part of something new and not done, you know, and unique. So I think that was just kind of like the positive for everyone.
So now I'm seeing you playing the role of a scientist. Then there's Runway 34, you are a pilot, and then Dr. Jimmy, you're a doctor.
Yeah,
and
I'm a
things like that.
gynecologist, yeah.
Wow. So what next?
Then I'm a gynac, and then then I'm a teacher, also in one film, and then I'm a condom tester.
Wow.
In Chhatri Wali.
Wow.
Yeah. So see, basically, I didn't study that much, but I made it to every profession. I did study, but I made it to every.
Isn't it amazing that like now you
I think our
actually
job
get
is
to
so
play
great,
this.
right? Without studying science, you can be a scientist.
You can be anything that you
Anything you want, yeah.
So, you know, over the years, how has your thought process in scripts changed or evolved that way?
Your likes and dislikes, you sort of understand what you like. And that's what changes your choice of scripts. You know, when you just start out, you're hungry for work. So you're like, kuch bhi acha milega, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that. Then you do whatever you get. And then after a point, after a few films, you realize what you enjoy doing. And how do you see yourself few years from now. And then obviously films also keep evolving. So I think it's a lot of factors that your choice of films depends on, and you evolve and grow. You know, you also grow up now. Today, I don't want to do maybe, bubbly. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to do that because I'm like, I won't relate to it. Maybe what I did like 6 years
Those
back.
are actually so difficult.
Yeah,
they're like
because
so
you're like, I have not seen a real human like this. Yeah. You know? so, but I'm not saying I love commercial films. But I'm saying your choice of roles keeps changing as you grow, as you experience, as you learn newer things, and it's a very constant thing that keeps happening through your journey.
So, Jacqueline, you have earlier also been part of high-octane action entertainers, and you know, if I say action films are often male-dominated, so how do you ensure to create your mark in such films and do justice to your screen time and part?
I have been part of so many action films actually, but I've never been able to like, you know, do as much action as I'd hope for or as I'd like to. But of course, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you do have to be sincere to your roles and to your character. And I think when you give that its best, a film is about teamwork, right? So it's like you do have to, if you give your best, it just adds to the film. And that's what I've always like strived to do. But I definitely want to, you know, see more action for women in films.
So, you know, speaking of your recent releases, Bhoot Police, then Bachchan Pandey, and now with Attack, how do you differentiate between all of your characters?
Each and every one definitely are very different. I mean, you know, and I think that's like the beauty of like actually wanting to, you know, when you are picking your films, like if I, you know, felt that like I had maybe done this before and I had done it maybe too many times,
repetitive,
then there would be a much bigger chance. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of the times in the industry, people like to stereotype you, and they keep offering you like the same stuff. In which case, you have to, you know, be able to, you know, take that plunge and say no. I'm actually going to say no. It's very difficult actually also to say no to a film. It comes with all sorts of baggage. But you know, I think like, you know, differentiating it, I love to add newer things. Like a lot of the times the characters that I've played as well, maybe 20%, 30% of the things that you're actually seeing in the final product were never even there in the, you know, in the first narration. So it's just about adding to it, you know, like
the way
researching it. Maybe, you know, creating something more, sharing that with the director and the writers and seeing what they think. And a lot of the times, like, you know, it gets welcomed because at the end of the day, you also have to play that character. So it just adds more kind of, it makes it much more organic, you know.
You know, Rakul, there have been times actresses are often and very unfairly labelled as a glamour quotient in films. And you being one such actress, you have somewhere worked really hard in breaking that image. So what were the challenges in doing so, and how did you ensure to stand out?
I didn't think too much.
Okay.
I think I've never been a person who's put too much thought into what films will I do for a certain image. Like I said, you know, it's what I like. It's what I want to go and do with a gut instinct. And I've done a lot of commercial, like if you look at my South filmography, and even here, even De De Pyar De was, you know, and I love that masala, but I just feel that I would like to strike a balance between the two
both sides.
without
Very
having,
important.
without putting too much thought into it. I want to do everything. I want to do commercial, full CTMR films. I want to do author-backed roles, and it doesn't mean your commercial films won't have an author-backed role.
True.
That's the writing has changed now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to do it all.
You know, Jacqueline, in one of your old interviews, you had shared, even though you chose to do a lot of bubbly, girl next door parts, they have worked for you and you have created a mark that way. So how have you managed to remain consistent despite this unfair stereotyping which happens at times?
Like I said, you have to be able to bring a little bit more. Like I do feel if there's in any way I'm feeling that, I've kind of done this, what more, like how can I make this different? It is on you.
Yeah.
You do have to take that responsibility, and you share that with your director, and you share that, with like whoever, like even like your co-stars and stuff, and you say I want to bring something different, but sitting back and allowing that comfort zone to take place, that is a dangerous thing. It's funny because like it's the bubbly girl that like it's actually a lot more difficult than it actually like comes across to be.
Yeah.
Like fake laughing.
Yeah, because you have to make it relatable.
Is very difficult actually, so it's like but then again, I mean, like these things you do have to use some sense and actually try and make it as relevant, as believable. And there's a very, very fine line also when you're doing quite a lot of these roles, because it's like you do not want to come across as frivolous, or you don't want to come across
too
as
over the top.
And so and you don't want to come across as hamming, so it's like where there's a tendency with these certain type of roles to do that, or for it to be translated that way. So and you just have to pray that like your director also is like kind of supporting you in that, and helping helping you with that. So I think people have definitely become a lot more sensible, even when they're writing roles nowadays. I have actually seen the dynamics change. I have seen things, a different way of, the new age woman, I have actually been seeing a lot more of that right now, and I think it's amazing.
I can say you're pretty headstrong that way,
Yeah, it's important.
Okay, I'm being super frank here. I absolutely love both of your works, but again, at the same time, since both of you are so pretty and elegant and such a delight to watch on screen, does your looks often overshadow the fact that you both are actually very hardworking and honest actors that way?
I don't think I think too much, like I said, about all of that. I don't think that happens also, because there are beautiful actors who have made a mark for themselves as actors as well. I think everyone's beautiful in their own way.
And actors who haven't made a mark.
Yeah, who haven't made a mark. And some of the finest actors actually, like, Deepika or Alia or, even Madhuri ji or Rekha ji, they're beautiful to look at, and they're great actors. So I think this is not something that I pay too much attention. Your work will speak for what you deliver.
I think the audiences
are smart.
Yeah, they do see through it. They see through your sincerity. They see through like your work, your hard work. Your ability as a performer. Yeah, they do see through it. Otherwise, I don't think it would be, a producer would not keep casting you. A director would not keep casting you.
There's something that they like in you.
Yeah, if it's not working.
So thank you so much, Rakul and Jacqueline, for doing this with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I really look forward to see you guys.
And we're really looking forward to your work at Real.
Yeah. Okay, I will definitely do, because I've been told to work out.
Come on, you can do it.
Take up the attack challenge.
Yeah.